Okay, kita record ya. Alright, continue. So for preparation of budget, we will focus more on functional budget. Okay, format still similar as what you have learned during your diploma level, but now in terms of information given, okay, in terms of information given, you need to analyze the data before you can select and record into your budget. Okay. And then number 4 regarding learning curve, this one theory only. Number 5 regarding budgeting techniques. Okay, budgeting technique we only cover 4. Incremental budget, zero-based budget, rolling budget as well as activity-based budget. So under budgeting technique, you should be able to explain the definitions, the advantage as well as disadvantage of the techniques. Okay, now let's look at the definitions of budget. Okay, if you have company, okay, before you start operations, first you must have vision, mission and vision. Okay, remember you must have mission and vision. And then from mission and vision, you translate it into a small objective. Okay, objective that you can achieve in order to achieve your mission and vision. So from your small objective, you will plan activities that you're going to conduct in order to achieve your objective. Okay. Are you you listen? Is it okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ada selingan. So small objective, you plan activities that you want to conduct so that you can achieve that objective. Okay, so when you plan your objective, when you plan your activities, you must prepare budget to make sure that you can continue with your objective, to make sure that not your objective, your activities. Okay, you can perform your activities, and that particular activities will help you to achieve your objective. So what is budget? Budget is actually detailed plan, okay, that summarize financial consequences of organizations for specific period of time. Okay, it is a core component of organizations planning and control system. Okay, budget is our core components of planning and also control system, because when we have budget, then after you implement your activities, you will get actual data. Then you can compare, okay, your budgeted data with your actual data, and then you look at the deviations. If you have negative results, what you should do? If you have positive result, maybe you can reward your workers. Okay, that one is actually under control system. Okay, budgetary control is the establishment of budget. Okay, for example, you establish cash budget, you establish production budget, production cost budget, material usage budget. Let's say now maybe you want to sell cookies for Hari Raya. Okay, you want to sell cookies for Hari Raya. First, what you should do, you should forecast sales volume. How many units you want to sell? After you forecast your sales volume, you should what? You should plan your production. How many units you want to produce? And then you plan your material. Okay, your material, you buy your material. That means you must plan. Okay, you must plan your material usage, how much you want to buy, how about labor. Okay, do you need to hire extra labor? And then your production cost after you prepare sales budget, material usage budget, material purchase budget, labor cost budget. Finally, you should prepare your production cost budget to calculate budgeted cost for your activities. Okay. So what's the difference between strategic planning and versus budget? Okay. Let's say you want to launch new product. If you want to launch new product, definitely you need to calculate budget, okay, to make sure that you can produce or launch your new product. Or maybe you want to acquire a certain company. Before you acquire that particular company, you must plan. You must plan means you must prepare budget. Okay. So strategic planning will have long-term effects and require large financial resources. That is why you need to prepare your budget before you implement your strategic planning. Okay, strategies need to be developed to determine how business will compete. Okay, next point. And then budgeting process refers to short-term planning. For example, you look at financial outcomes of a planned activities. Okay, now you know already why do we need to prepare budget. Because the first one, we want to plan. Okay, we want to plan our activities, make sure that we are in the right directions. Okay, individual within organization will have definite targets which they will aim to achieve. And then we want to communicate and coordinate our planned activities, our operations, to make sure that we can achieve our objective just now that I have explained earlier. Okay, and then other than that, number 3, we want to allocate resources. Why? Because in real life, firms normally have limited resources. So to make sure that we can produce generate highest profit, then we should allocate resources according to what we have planned earlier. And then number 4, controlling profit and operation. So actually budget can be used as benchmark so that it can allow comparison between budgeted cost and actual cost. Then we take corrective action. Number 5, we want to evaluate performance. If we have positive performance, maybe we want to reward our employees. We give incentive to manager. We give incentive to employees. Okay. If after you evaluate, the result shows negative, okay, negative result, you need to take corrective actions. That one under purpose of budgeting. Okay. Salah pula. Okay, continue. Now let's look at second point, budgeting process and key budget factor. Okay, budgeting process refers to activities undertaken to develop the budget. What are the activities that we need to do in order to come up with a complete budget? Okay, key budget factor also known as principal budget factor, or it is actually our limiting factor. Remember, just now I explained we have limited resources. We need to allocate our limited resources in order to produce product. Okay. So it refers to factor which will limit activities undertaking. So key budget factor can be in terms of sales volume, material, labor, or maybe in terms of, this is only example. You may have many more key budget factor. Maybe you have a shortage in terms of machine capacity. Okay, what are the steps in budgetary control? This is the simple step. The first one, we develop budget from planned activities. Remember, from mission and vision, okay, we create our objective, we set our objective, and then from objective, we translate into activities. And then from that activities, you need to plan. You develop budgeted plan from your activities. And then you compare actual results to budgeted amount and analyze any difference. Okay. If you have negative result, you should take corrective actions. And then if you have positive result, maybe you can give rewards to your employees. Okay. And then you must always review and revise your planned activities. This is simple steps in budgetary control. Okay, let's look at budget committee. Okay, budget committee must have representative from every part of the organization. Okay, maybe from accounts department, from productions department, from human resource department. Let's say you want to prepare production cost budget. Let's say you want to prepare production cost budget. In order to prepare production cost budget, you need to know, you need to get information regarding how many units you want to, the company want to sell, and then how many units, how many units, not how many units, how many sales volume you need to produce, because you from production department, you want to prepare production cost budget. Okay, how many units you want to produce, and then to produce that amount, of course, you need material. Okay, so you must focus in your material cost. And then how about your labor? So information regarding labor, you can ask human resource department. Information regarding material, maybe you can ask accounts department. So in order to prepare budget, you must involve everyone in the in the company, in the organization. Okay, that means for budget committee, we appoint representative from each department. What are the functions of budget committee? Budget committee ni apa dia nak buat functions dia. So of course they coordinate the preparations of budget. They will coordinate and then issue timetable for the preparations of functional budget. Okay, allocations of responsibility. Okay, for example, human resource department give information regarding labor. Production department give information regarding production budget. Accounts department give information regarding cost. Okay. Next, provide information to assist preparations of budget. And then communicate final budget to managers. They also will do control, okay, implement control whereby they compare actual result with budgeted result. And then continuous assessment of the planning process to improve planning and control functions for the company. This is functions of budget committee. Okay, this is example of past years. Question asked, during the budget preparation process, principal budget factor must be identified. Okay, and its effect on each of the functional budget must be carefully considered. Functional budget. Functional budget, you have sales budget. Okay, you have sales budget. You have materials. Okay, material usage and purchase budget. You have labor cost budget. And then you also have production. Okay, production budget. After sales budget, you will prepare production budget first. Finally, you will have production cost budget. Okay. And then question asks you, do you agree with this statement? Okay, do you agree? So if you answer disagree, you will get 0 marks. You must answer for this statement, yes, I agree with the above statement. And then you justify, you not only give your opinion, agree or your decision whether agree or disagree. You must just justify. So how to answer this question? First, you define. Define what? Define what is principal budget factor. Give definition. And then you give example. And then you give your opinion whether you agree or disagree. Then you give your reason. Okay, so this kind of question normally carries about 5 to 7 marks. So example of the answer, later you can read on your own. Okay, now let me stop recording first. Okay, kita stop recording sebab kita nak bagi dia pendek, jangan panjang sangat. Kalau panjang nanti nak tengok balik tu nanti boring kan. So far okay ke?
Okay,
Oh, ada your lecturer pun ada sini ya. Ada lagi tak yang nak masuk? Okay, kalau ada lecturer yang join boleh bagi tahulah student boleh masuk. Sebab bila dah tengah explain tu memang susah lah nak admit dia orang. Tolong panggil kawan-kawan yang nak masuk, panggillah masuk. Okay, can we continue?
Can, Madam.
Alright. Kita record kali kedua, okay? Okay, tadi tak stop ke? Dengar ada dia. Oh, begitu.